Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the GOWEN Racing Podcast here on the channel. You have myself, Gary Owen, joined by my co-hosts of Jay Cook,
Hello.
Matt O'Brien,
Yeah.
Edward,
Hello.
as well as we have a guest from the same guest from last week, Connor.
Hello.
So we are here today to discuss some of the most recent stuff in NASCAR. Of course, just this past weekend we had a race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Then we actually are recording this just after the iRacing eNASCAR Pro Invitational race at the Bristol Dirt Track has completed. We're going to talk about the Chicago Street Course coming to iRacing with NASCAR, maybe what that could be hinting to potentially in the future. Of course, we got F1 starting this week that we'll touch on, and then we will also touch on the Nitro Racing League, which just finished up on the NASCAR side of things this past weekend, and then we will hopefully at the very end have a quick Q&A. But before we dive into anything, over the past week, only one thing I can think of for us five that has changed is Eddie over here picked up a bit of a sponsorship thing. Eddie, can you kind of elaborate on that?
So I am now officially affiliated / sponsor with Rowdy Energy. Yes, the energy drink made by Mr. Rowdy Kyle Busch. And it's pretty exciting news. I mean, I'm excited to work with them and moving forward with them. It should be nice to have a little bit of support while I'm streaming and going through all the videos and stuff I'm making, but it's a pretty big deal for me. I'm actually excited about it. It's pretty fun.
So let me get this straight. You've thrown away all your Chase Elliott gear, and Kyle Busch is now your favorite driver of all time, right?
Cannot confirm that.
We'll find that sooner or later.
Cannot confirm at all.
Check out.
Breaking news: King Outbreak removed from the Rowdy Energy sponsorship program.
No, we're good. We're good.
So, like,
Just click the link in the bottom of my chat and just just buy whatever you want. Thank you very much.
Does A-Shock not offer that?
I have not. I've tried getting in contact with A-Shock and I haven't heard nothing back.
Didn't
so,
their like Twitter
it's
get
time to move
banned?
on. Yeah, no idea why, but I mean, who knows? I don't know. Next thing I'm looking at is possibly getting Hooters as a sponsor. We'll see how that goes.
There you go. That's like
I
got
don't know what I
Kyle
want
Busch
more,
and
the
Chase
think-
Elliott.
wings or the pickles.
I think Twitter deleted my latest tweet about William Byron. What the hell?
Either way, I'm taking the socks off already. How we're getting into it here on the podcast tonight now. But yeah, I think that's the only thing that's really changed over the last week. So I mean, Eddie, I mean, what is do you like have a code or anything people can use for a discount, or how's that working?
So what I have is a link basically that you can click in. It's in the description. Combat just put it in my chat too. You can just I don't know how to pronounce that. It's just basically Rowdy Energy in my chat, and you can save 10% off of Rowdy Energy products and get free shipping when you spend over $30 on any product or anything. You get apparel, you can get hats, shirts, you can buy any of the energy drinks. My favorite right now is the cotton candy, which I think is pretty good. So I mean,
Have you tried all of
pretty
them?
much. Not all of them. No, my favorite right now is cotton candy though.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Okay. See, I'm
Pretty
not
nice.
much of a energy drink drinker.
Well,
I've
the
only
thing is, it's not really much of an energy drink, but it's a pretty good drink. It's 0 sugar and 0 calories. It's basically like green tea with like electrolytes and some other stuff. It's basically like drinking a Gatorade almost, but
But
it's kind of a
is it carbonated?
I want to kinda, yeah.
I
It's
was
not
gonna
terrible
say,
though.
if it's
It's
not
not terrible
carbonated,
though.
I don't want it.
It's not terrible though. It's really good.
Well, maybe
I
I'll look
enjoy it.
into it. If I do, I'll use your code. I
Thank
don't
you.
even know if
Appreciate
did they
it.
even send it to Canada. I don't know.
Probably. I don't know. We can
We'll
find
find
out.
out.
Click
It
the
probably
link.
takes 3 months to get across the border right now. But...
Yeah, shipping hasn't been terrible. Well, then again, Kyle Busch's Rowdy Energy brand isn't as big as a big company. But, anyways, moving on from Eddie's little sponsorship. Hopefully, he has some success there with Hooters and whatnot. So we mentioned we're recording this podcast right after the Pro Invitational race at the Bristol Dirt Track. So we're gonna dive into that first, but I think we should probably touch upon Timmy Hill a little bit. What do you guys think? That situation?
It was sus to start.
Timmy
Yeah.
Hill to the 2-car next season.
Yeah, confirmed.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
But I thought that was extremely interesting how they left him off of the roster and like didn't even invite him whatsoever.
Yeah,
When
that was ridiculous.
I mean, I'm not crazy about the fact that they let some of the Rick Ware guys in. To be honest, I
yeah,
mean,
I looked at
why
they had Josh
to
Balicki there.
bother?
They had Josh
BJ
Balicki,
McLeod.
Garrett Smithley.
BJ McLeod was there. I mean,
Hey man, they
I
needed
don't
the
know, dude.
content. That was what they were for. They
Yeah,
needed content.
they had a content creator there, but I was really disappointed in how NASCAR was handling it. They were just being dead silent too. They weren't saying anything, and they're just like, okay, whatever. Timmy's not here.
Thank you. And we can all say thank you, Brad K, Austin Cindric, and Roger Penske.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You know they set that up to get him in there. It wasn't like they actually had issues.
Yeah.
But that was cool to see them give him a chance. I don't know where Timmy finished. It was somewhere like towards the top 10, I think, though.
I know he was involved in that big wreck that didn't get thrown as a caution. Thank
Oh,
you,
yeah,
NASCAR.
yeah.
But yeah, he didn't. I don't. I want to say he's like probably outside the top 10, if anything.
Probably.
I don't really know.
So there was 3 heats before the main event, which was 70 laps, 75 laps, something like that. I think it was 70. But the heats
Yeah,
were only
70.
20. And the
With no
first,
caution.
no cautions were allowed in the heats. And like the very first start, we saw Chase Briscoe go upside down crossing the line from Kyle Busch, and immediately I was like, "This is going to be a terrible night of racing." But it actually turned out pretty good. But who won the first heat? Was it Byron or was he the
James,
second?
no, it was Davidson.
Oh
James
yeah,
Davison won the first heat.
And
Which
they
was-
completely ignored it.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, they
like,
didn't even
yeah,
care.
who cares?
It was a rocket.
And second heat, I don't remember who that was. Was
Byron.
that was Byron?
Byron
Okay.
won by like 1.7 seconds. Over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
Busher.
not.
it was over
Yeah,
Christopher Bell.
No,
Oh,
Busher.
yeah.
Oh, was it
Yeah,
Busher?
Busher.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Bell.
Bell was in the
Christopher
first
Bell
one.
and them were in the first one.
And then the third heat.
I missed
Which-
that one.
Who won that? Let's see if we can figure that one out.
Ryan
Ryan
Priest.
Priest, yeah.
Oh yeah. Not what I expected to
I-
see.
I remember he was battling with
Dude.
Garrett Smithley.
Yeah, the Rick Ware Empire is now here in iRacing.
Hey man,
And
they're
now
looking
everything
strong.
goes downhill from here.
Yeah.
They're gonna bring that over to the real track.
Unless you were Jay, all of our favorite drivers did not make the actual main event.
I
so-
think every single driver
Yep.
that was favored was like our
Our favorite.
favorites didn't make
Did
it.
not make it.
Yeah,
Unless you're
Suarez
Jay
wasn't
with
there.
Matty D.
That
Bacon
was-
had
I mean,
Bowman.
he ran like 10th the whole time, so I'll take it.
Bacon had Bowman.
Oh yeah, Bacon did
Yeah.
that.
He
Oh,
had
where he
a
at?
lot of problems before.
A
the
lot,
race
a lot,
started.
a lot of dude. Bowman's Twitter right now is pretty good.
It's hilarious.
Bowman's
What-
by far my.
What's Bowman
Bowman-
tweeting?
He like trust me,
Yeah.
I'm a professional. I promise. As he's
It's
just
just
showing you like crap.
Is a clip of like an old age man in a like Barbie Jeep sliding down a
Trying to
hill.
simulate
It's,
his
like,
actual
raining.
driving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally raining.
He had so much bad luck even before the race
Yeah,
started.
the window updates.
It was
Yeah.
great.
And then his keyboard like died on him, and he couldn't control anything.
Yeah. But
Bowman was a part of quite a few crashes in the A main, quote
that's
unquote.
why. That's why he was saying like, trust me, I'm a professional
Yeah.
driver here. boys."
It's like I was telling Bacon when we were in the Discord. I'm like, Bowman really doesn't like to show hatred towards anybody in the in-real races, but when it comes to the virtual reality stuff, he really tells you, "Hey, I don't like you. I'm just gonna fence you." How about that?
Hey man, it makes for good entertainment.
Oh, it was fantastic.
That's the best thing
And
about
The
that.
whole
That's where you
looseness of the
need it, man.
broadcast for it was I think was great. Like hearing Mike Joy chuckle at saying Wienermobile was the fucking greatest thing.
I think also him telling Joe Logano that he's not liked was the greatest thing too, because previously that was pretty true.
But
Yeah,
It was
Logano,
better
that
than-
was something. I liked him in the broadcast. I thought it was really good.
Boyer's really bad at iRacing.
Yes.
Every
I mean, not really
Every
bad, but
race.
it's comedy.
every race that guy does, he's scary.
It was
He's-
worth it.
It's
It was
comedy.
worth it.
Um,
He didn't even make it to the green
Hey,
flag
but
when
you-
he
you
was
know-
racing.
hey,
and
but
he
you wanna know
just
something
like
with Boyer? with Boyer, he's probably looking at the SHR performance right now. You know what? He's like, probably a good thing I retired.
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
SHR, that's something we'll talk about that. They had a very, very rough race to say the least that time out in
Again.
Atlanta. So, like, I think that was probably the worst
It was,
showing.
it was pretty. It was almost as bad as Vegas.
Yeah, I was very surprised on that one.
Yeah, it was terrible.
But yeah, iRacing
so
race
yeah, A main
was-
I guess was next then, or
Yeah.
whatever
Yep.
they call it. I don't even know what
Yeah,
their
the
official
main
term is.
event. Who cares?
Main event mainly.
But William Byron's like, I am inevitable.
I mean, the
basically William
dude,
Byron got the gauntlet and just snapped his fingers.
4th win.
Someone stop this man. Just ban him from the iRacing series, please.
I mean, like Boyer said, let's just sneak somebody into Byron's apartment, steal a TV remote, and whenever Jeff and Boyer feel like he's winning too much, just take the damn remote and shut off his television.
Yeah, Byron. Every time that guy shows up, it's like I was actually really surprised because like I was like, we're on dirt, it's gonna be a little different.
Nope.
But instead,
The shit in
Not
real life.
really.
Well,
dude
just have
just
the
shows
shit in
up,
real life.
destroys everybody.
No, Reddick was very fast.
He
but
was doing good.
didn't know.
It seemed like every restart he choked a bunch of time away, and then
Yeah.
after he got like 5 laps in, he was starting to roll. But then obviously there wasn't enough time, and then Byron just drove away with the win.
Hey, Reddick was really showing how the slide jobs can be really manageable there too. Like he would send it in deep on the bottom and be able to clear them like perfectly. Like I think that's something we have to pay attention to on Sundays. Like see if anybody can perfect that. I mean, even if we get the chance to see the race.
By the way, I was gonna say I saw the forecast for Sunday.
Yeah, chance of shit
don't
on
look
the
good.
race.
Yeah, man, we're gonna have a
But I
muddy
heard,
race. Woo!
like after
can't
2
race on the
o'clock,
mud.
after
Yeah,
like
we
2,
can.
it looks
Fuck
good.
'em.
I am
Yeah,
off
but-
Monday, so it's okay.
I'll probably be working from home Monday, so
I'll be home.
a night Bristol dirt race. Mm-hmm.
I'll be kind of rowdy. Just like
But
over-
yeah, the forecast is not the best.
I don't think it's good for the truck race either. Low key.
It's not. It's not.
Mm.
I do. So the A main was surprisingly fairly, I would say, for
Yes,
what we were expecting.
absolutely. I thought it was gonna be a crash bus.
Yeah, I thought it was too. But NASCAR officiating in iRacing is just as inconsistent as real life. Half the field will wreck, but no caution, and then there's just a single car spin. Yellow flag!
Put it
Yellow
out!
flag!
Put
Put it out! Half
Pretty
the
much.
field's dead, and you're like, yeah, that's fine.
was
They'll
funny.
buff right out. They'll be fine.
It was entertaining.
Logano made it through half, like one of them. Didn't make it through the second one though.
Yeah.
Both of them were funny because they were both caused by Quinn Half.
Yeah.
Out of all people,
about
Quinn
right.
Half.
Sounds about right. I mean, he did call.
I love how Gale, what was it? Gale and somebody else were like, I would not be surprised if Quinn Half win this race. Freaking, he just pulls the same shit he does every other race. Freaking tries to slide job somebody from the third lane down. Freaking buzzes his door
I
open.
mean, in one of his feature, not in this feature, but one of his heat races, he did door check the crap out of Martin Truex and put him in the wall.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, it was funny to watch.
I
man.
mean, no man literally tried pulling a slide job. He literally just doored Bowman into the fence.
Huh, sounds about right.
Was it Bowman? I think it was Davidson. Either Bowman or Davidson.
There was a lot of people getting.
How that dude's
overall,
still sponsor, I would never know.
It was,
overall, they were just having a good time, and in my opinion, it was a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, it was
so.
funny. It was
so
funny.
I guess since we're talking about iRacing, are we pretty much done with this? The Invitational.
Yeah, I think
That's pretty much
with the
it. Byron
Invitational.
ran away with it.
So I guess since we're kind of on the iRacing topic, I did do NIS today.
F.
Yeah, I saw a bit of that.
It wasn't as big of a disaster as I thought it would be.
I practiced it. I can't turn left to save my life.
Well, don't turn left. You're supposed to turn right, forehead.
I turned left.
No, combat. It is very hard to get that car whipped.
The setup is complete doo doo. Literally, you turn
Well,
left.
it's doo doo. It's
then you
doo doo
turn
because
left.
they don't want every lap to be a caution, man.
Yeah, but I don't want to cause myself as the damn caution going into the fence.
Learn to drive it. It doesn't
I-
drive like a dirt car. Deal with it.
It's just really freaking heavy.
Yeah, it's like it's like you're driving a stock car. It's crazy,
Yeah,
isn't
sounds
it?
about right.
That's what it is. I thought it was a sprint car the whole time.
I'm in the wrong neighborhood.
We actually had like a couple of 15-lap runs, so there was actually like, oh my god, things are actually happening, and we're not dying horrifically.
Oh, I was dying horrifically in a practice session.
I got 6, so I was pretty happy.
I
Probably
pulled
gonna do.
I pulled a cozy and wall right of the fence all the way around.
I'm probably gonna do another one.
You have fun with that.
Doing mine Sunday. So,
I hope you have fun with that.
I mean, I don't
yeah.
think I will.
I can teach you a few things because like you're gonna be against like because it's based on your dirt rating, so you're gonna be like against scrubs. So
Karma
yeah,
pulling
no,
a John
if
Cena
I
as
don't
he
win,
enters.
then man, I'm retiring.
you're not gonna.
Did
Win.
you do the shoot?
There's gonna be that one guy who's like knows what they're doing on dirt.
It's like I exactly know what I'm doing. Excuse me, part me coming through.
Yeah,
As
there's
it doors
always
you into
there's
the
always
straight.
like sometimes I'll show up into a race and there's some hope there. I'm like, ooh, I got a chance, and there's one guy always that's just like so much better. And it
Lights
just
out, lights out.
ruins everything.
Yep.
But no, it's actually not as bad as you guys are gonna. You will actually get the race people. So
Sounds like a blast.
it was.
I can't turn still.
Well, you suck.
You'll be fine.
I need the old setup iRacing, please. I'd rather not be able to keep it straight on a straightaway than to freaking not be able to turn left.
So Chicago street course, by the way,
Yes.
that
Yeah,
came
why
out of nowhere.
Chicago?
I think it's cool.
I mean, yeah, but why Chicago?
Chicago? It's pretty simple. They had a track there and not going into it anymore. And it's been rumored that they want to do a street circuit. And there was rumors last year that they were talking about Chicago. So this comes actually is not really a big surprise to me at all.
In my
Going back
opinion,
to, like, that
it's
NASCAR
it's just a matter of time till it's reality in real life.
I really hope that track becomes a thing in real life, gets put on the real life schedule. I really do.
All right.
Like,
Let's be
Benham's
honest.
gonna win it probably.
Let's be honest. They wouldn't put this much effort if it wasn't going to.
No,
It's going
yeah,
to.
you're right. I agree.
It's
Yeah,
going.
I agree.
It's gonna be on the schedule.
Next year.
Maybe next year, but it will be the next couple of years for sure.
You know, you look at the track map. It's I mean, very simple, but there's a lot of heavy braking zones.
It's really short.
It looked like a road course to me that definitely suits a stock car, and it would probably be a good race.
A lot of wheel hopping opportunities.
Turn 8 through 10 is going to be really interesting. It's got that big curve.
The way you have to beat
You're basically full throttle through that. At
wheel
least what
hop
they were
is you have
showing on
to
the
barely hit the
iRacing one.
gas and brake at the same time. That's how
Oh,
you stop
yeah.
wheel hop.
Well, I know, but it's like freaking you're dealing with all the bumps like on a real like road. You don't know if they pave that shit.
Well, Godspeed to you.
If you guys haven't seen it, it's essentially 2 rectangles connected to each other in a nutshell. With
Yeah,
I'm gonna say, like,
pretty
2
much.
squares.
It's really short for a road course. It's only 2.1 miles. It is very short.
I thought Walking Glen was short. Jesus.
Well, it's going to be even shorter because lap times are going to be quick there too because it's basically straightaway turn.
Probably like a minute.
How long is that video NASCAR put up?
It was a minute 40, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe not as short as I thought it was.
Oh, it was closer than I thought it would be then.
I'm gonna say something. I think Gary's gonna agree with me 100% on this one. I really think that we need something in Toronto. I really do.
Oh yes.
Canada.
Canada, anything, but just something in Canada, because there's so much opportunity in Canada that we're passing on. It's just not happening.
Double-header IndyCar race and NASCAR race at the Toronto street course would be great.
The Toronto street course would be the smartest option, because people think Canada, they think Toronto. Obviously Toronto is not the capital city, but everyone knows Toronto.
It's the biggest city.
So like that's exactly where you got to do it. Like you can do it at the track they go to trucks, but it's not as big of a scale. So you go right in the streets of Toronto. It's huge.
I mean, they could go to what is it in Montreal? Circuit de Villeneuve, whatever.
F1 track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say the one thing about the Chicago track, and I'm sure they'll probably change in real life. This is probably only for iRacing. But there was a couple of turns that I noticed where there's just a wall just sticking straight out right at the edge of these cars,
Yeah.
like barriers that are just like if they hit those, that's like that could be bad. So hopefully that's just an iRacing thing and won't be there in real life, or will be like constructed differently in real
Mhm.
life because it looked bad.
Like even on Race Hub when they were talking about, they were like hinting like, "Oh, is this looking at the future?" I'm like, "Stop acting. We know
Yeah.
it's happening.
We know it is.
It's happening."
They wouldn't go in and just do this out of nowhere just for no reason at all.
They also, I think it was Ben Kennedy earlier today said that they'll have the 2022 schedule released probably in the summer. So we'll probably know by then if that street course will be on the schedule next year or not.
Yeah. If it's not this year, it'll be 2020.
Hopefully next year.
I honestly imagine it'll probably be next year.
Um,
Brand new stock car street
and
course
that would
to promote.
that would bring in question what goes away.
The Pocono, one of the Pocono races.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe one of the
please,
for the
Pocono
love of God.
races, or
they could swap it with the Texas All-Star race.
maybe they're
swap it
thinking
with
Coda
Texas in
doesn't work
general.
out, and so they don't go to Coda again. I don't know.
And
I
if
think Coda's
they
gonna work. I think Coda's gonna work out. There's no
yeah,
shot that
it's gonna be interesting. I mean, if they keep all the road courses now and then add that, that'll put us to 8, which would be really cool.
Personally, I don't think they should do any more than 8.
I could.
I think
I
we should-
said 8 or 9 was my preference. I say they do 8 Chicago. We go to Toronto and do 9. But I mean, yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting to drive it because there's a lot of heavy braking zones. Like I said, there, like turn 5 to
And-
6, like that's a long stretch right there.
Can you imagine if freaking NASCAR did like a weekend header with F1?
Never happened.
Too
F1
much
takes up too much.
weight.
The only
Yeah.
place it would ever happen is
But-
IndyGP.
But it would be cool, like if it ever happened, though. You know?
And
I mean, technically, Penske did say they're trying to bring F1 back to Indianapolis. He said that a while ago. but
Adam
he's like,
Stern tweeted about it. So like, if Stern tweets about it, guys, it's going to probably happen.
And the new guy running
And,
F1 has mentioned they want more exposure in U.S. stuff. So
And
Yeah.
like Indy is just the simplest track to do.
Yeah.
simplest track to do, and it's also like Racing Town, USA. I mean, you want to go anywhere to get exposure in America, go to Indy.
That's 6 hours away from me. Count me in.
Like
'Cause
8 for
I
me.
don't want to freaking fly out to freaking Texas.
yeah, I mean, in my opinion, the Dakota race usually isn't even that great. So
I mean,
I don't know if an Indy race will be that great either, but you never know,
I don't
especially with the
think- I
new
don't
car
think it
next
will.
year.
that's right. We get a brand new F1 car next year.
Brand new F1 car and NASCAR.
Potentially the
Double car.
final year of Mercedes dominance. Potentially.
Yeah, you're funny. All right.
So
Is it-
I guess that takes us to the Cup race at Atlanta.
Yeah. Man,
Harvick
we all,
Stuart Haas.
we all expected a snooze fest, and that's exactly what we got.
RP
Yeah.
Stuart Haas.
I mean, it wasn't absolutely terrible. Like I
No.
was kind of
It was
expecting it to
still-
be,
it-
but it was still,
I mean,
it was still bad.
It was
I
a
mean-
good nap waiting to happen.
yeah,
Okay, compared to the Daytona 500, this was a fantastic race.
yeah, no, it was great.
Yeah.
The
Anything's
only
better than the Daytona 500. They can literally go 5 miles an hour and still be better than the 500.
Absolutely.
the only thing I remember was Kyle Larson losing the race.
Man, Larson and his choking habits have returned quite quickly.
Thanks, Logano.
I
Hey,
don't.
to be fair, this kinda-
Unpopular opinion. I don't think Logano's the reason Larson lost the race.
No, but I'm just bringing that one up.
My opinion was if Larson
the
wanted to
thing
win, he
is,
should have just went past the 22.
I mean, not gonna lie, every line that Larson went, Logano went.
I mean,
Like he
just-
tried to
just-
pass him on the top, and then he couldn't get there, and then he tried
Get
to pass him on the
good.
bottom. Logano was there.
And it
Get
was
good.
also on a long run at Atlanta where the tires are dead and dirty air is a massive thing with this package.
Block
Yeah,
the 12.
guess what?
Block the
Guess what?
12.
They still didn't repave it, by the way.
Yeah, that eventually.
I mean,
they will.
that's not the kind of driver that Larson is. You know that, Gary.
All I'm saying is, I mean, if they're gonna play team games, just run Blaney's line. Because I mean, if you can't pass Logano because he's running your line, then Blaney shouldn't be able to pass you because you're running his line.
Yeah, good point.
But I mean,
Yeah.
overall, the race wasn't that great, but it was still, like I said, better than the Daytona 500.
He literally had 10 seconds on the field.
Yeah,
and
Larson
stayed-
Restarts were
dominated.
still good.
Larson dominated stage one, won stage one. Larson dominated stage two, won stage two.
Even more than last time.
I think
Larson
Larson right
dominated
now
stage
is the
three.
best driver in NASCAR right now, currently.
You want to hear a bold prediction?
What's this?
Other than the Daytona road course where he wheel hopped, this is going to be Bristol dirt. It's going to be his worst finish of the season. Calling it.
I mean, you said Harvick was gonna win last week too.
Yeah, where's the shoey?
Oh
It's
yeah,
on
where's
the, it's
By
on
the
the
yeah,
way.
where's the
It's on the way.
shoey?
Yeah, on the way.
So when Gary says that, that means it's never coming, guys.
And when is this
Yeah.
next month?
Because Gary keeping a promise is he's just lying.
BS.
It's on the way.
I legitimately don't know what to expect from anybody until we get to practice, and really maybe even until we are halfway through the race, and then I'll kind of realize what we have. Because
I think everyone.
I mean, you could say that dirt experience is going to pay off, but at the same
No,
time,
it
like
ain't.
it's not. Like it could also not, because these stock cars are so much different than anything any of these guys have ever driven on dirt before, and it's also a very 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 banked track that none of these guys have experienced on dirt before. So I don't know. We could see Larson lead every single lap, or we could see him run 30th. You really don't know.
Let's be honest. I know it's iRacing, but I think we all expected him to win tonight, right?
I did, yeah.
Not
I was
really.
like, well,
but
no,
he was
but he's going to
literally
be there.
nowhere. He was literally like not even a fact.
I honestly didn't expect anything from him. He doesn't do iRacing much, and there was guys like Timmy Hill in the field and Byron. I mean, they dominated everything they run in iRacing. So.
Yeah. I mean, especially he took a good break from it last year too. But yeah, I mean, it showed that he'd been off of the service for a while because I mean he was looking rusty. But yeah, he choked away the win in Atlanta there, and that would have been his second win of the season. But that meant Ryan Blaney picked up the win. 6 different winners on the season, by the way, which is interesting.
That is the main thing I'm happy about.
Yeah, that's the one positive.
What, being a different winner every week?
Yeah, I honestly, I'm down to have a different winner every single race this season. It won't happen, but I'd be down.
All right, let's say
At least until the playoffs.
let's say a 7th different winner happens that we're not necessarily expecting here, right?
Tyler Reddick?
I mean,
Yeah, let's say Tyler Reddick wins. 16 comes way more likely. Like,
Yeah.
it's in the world of possibilities, but I don't know if it will happen.
Who were you talking about?
16 possible winners.
Oh, no, not happening. I mean, I'm gonna say right now, 12 or 13 is what it'll be, maybe. I mean, there's a lot of potential.
I think my number I said was 13.
Yeah,
I think that was.
I'm not gonna say it's impossible.
No, it's certainly not impossible, especially not with
yeah.
the schedule this year. But
It can happen.
I mean, 6 different winners, and there's still 2 super speedways left in the regular season, and
5
like road courses.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Elliot, they'll get a bunch of those.
We'll get those eventually.
yeah.
Elliot's kind of been struggling. At Eddie.
Any
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, the car was good until he had a plow on it.
Listen. Okay. I get Chase is on a struggle bus right now.
He always are.
Say the same exact thing, which I still think too in my head is the exact reason why he's struggling. I honestly think he's on a championship hangover, and I will keep saying it. It literally happens for every single champion, to be honest.
Jimmy Johnson won 5 in a row.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, no, but like recently though, you can't say that.
Let me think here. Recent
I mean,
champion.
I don't know all the recent champions, but it's like I don't remember a champion that had like a really good start to the new season after he won the championship. Like recently.
Joey Logano won. I look at 2019.
Like,
Hey,
I don't
internet,
know.
why are you being crap? Truex won 4 races in 2018 still.
But yeah, but like after how
He's
like
he's
how
still
many
finished
races?
second.
I know how many races though.
I'm talking about the season.
Okay, but I'm saying like at the beginning of the year.
He won like the 5th race that season.
Well,
How many
Elliot's
races did he?
slacking. We're now
Yeah, but
6.
that's one driver out of how many?
Logano, let's see, 2019 Logano won the 3rd race of the season.
Oh, Elliot's slacking.
Kyle Busch had a really good 2016. Jimmy Johnson fell off a cliff.
Mhm.
Kyle Busch 2020 XD.
No bullshit. Did Jimmy curse us by giving us the hand slap? Oh shit! Let me find
Probably.
out. God damn
Probably.
it.
Kyle's not winning, Jonathan.
Kyle Busch, no chance at Bristol.
I'm not gonna. You don't doubt Kyle. I can't doubt Kyle Busch.
I honestly think that he's just on a slow start. I mean, it's gonna happen. I mean, I don't know, dude. They still don't know what the hell happened with that engine last week on Sunday.
It just engine failures happen.
It was literally just an engine failure. They're calling it. It was nothing with the freaking transmission. It was nothing to do with the fuel pressure or oil pressure either. Which is really weird.
Stuff happens.
I don't know, dude.
Stuart Haas once again struggling really bad. Kevin Harvick managed to get a top 10. By the way, finished 10th, so he continues his top 10 streak actually. But the rest of the team is a complete different animal.
Even Harvick, for Atlanta standards, that
Well, yeah, he should have been winning.
actual trash. SHR is
Dog shit.
I'm gonna say it's time to raise the warning flag. Something's very bad.
To me,
if Harvick was the one that got the first one to get a lap down, out of
Well,
all
that
his
was-
teammates, that's a problem.
Well,
SHR has not looked
I know
good
because
on the
it
mile and a
was
half
flat
this season.
tire, but
I mean, they haven't looked
that's
good
the problem.
anywhere, but the mile and a halves especially. It's been bad.
Whatever they're doing for their trimming package for their cars, need to get rid of it and start fresh.
No bullshit. And I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm just gonna poke this out here, and I'm not trying to sound this like weird or anything, but honestly, if we think Harvick like has this type of like performance for like the next, I don't know, I'm gonna say like 5-7 weeks, you think Ronnie Childress is on a hot seat?
No.
no, man, the guy's still finishing top 10 every
I
week.
doubt it.
Ronnie Childress
Somehow,
is a
some way,
god.
he got a top 10 out of that race.
Let's just point this out. Ronnie Childress is still the man that gave David Rudiman a win on pure merit
At Charlotte.
at
Or was that-
Chicago.
Oh,
In
yeah,
Chicago, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I
Dude,
thought
the
it was
guy
Charlotte.
is a literal. He is argued. He's like a top 5 crew chief. All right, there's no hot seat or anything there. Childress
just
talked
a-
about this like a week ago. Apparently, there was a rule changes with the wheel wells, and that's where Stuart Haas was playing a lot of stuff in, and that's how they were so fast last season, I guess.
And that's how that's going downhill for him.
Yeah, I don't know how much I buy into it because that seems a little weird.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still seeing the same performances I expected from the 41, the 10, and the 14. But the Ford car is the only thing.
I think it's worse than normal.
You know who ran good though? Daniel Suarez. Okay.
Yo, he
Dude.
was a rider.
Yeah, and guess what? Then
How was that speeding penalty?
Yeah, how
Yeah, but
was,
I mean, heck, he still went and beat 3/4 of Stuart Haas even with that penalty.
He was running 10th at the time.
Yeah,
before
he was up to like P5 for a few seconds at one point. And no,
I don't
car.
think he was not that high, but
No, he got the 5th on a restart.
On a restart.
Yeah.
Still counts. Still counts.
He was realistically it was like place car. I think.
Oh,
was
what
like-
place car?
Eighth.
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
8th to 10th.
Yeah, something like that. Which is insane.
I tell you what, as a Suarez fan, it was hilarious. It was great watching him drive right on by the 19. No problem at all.
He literally drove by him.
Yeah, and I think this is I'm gonna. Harvick once said you can make a fast car go slow, but you can't make a slow car go fast. And I think this is a the small teams like this, like Suarez, Richard Petty Motorsports, or even to an extent RCR, like the smaller teams, if they, it's not based on their driver. It's literally based if they can hit the setup right and make a good car.
Yep.
Like it's not taking anything away from like Suarez. It's literally just
If they can
they
hit the
hit
setup
it.
right, they're
just
gonna be a rocket.
then you can actually see how good the driver is. But like, let's say they bring a trash car,
Phoenix.
yeah, or like
But that wasn't such a
Eric
good
Jones fan, they brought another trash car to Atlanta.
24th for
If your
him.
car, yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
But like, you're in NASCAR, you can only be as good as the car, essentially. If your car is bad, the car is bad. You can't.
As good as
It
the
don't matter. It
equipment
doesn't
is,
matter
I
who you
won't
are. You can't overcome that. So it's weird. It's so hard to judge drivers when they're in lesser equipment.
Like that's the thing is we know, like we don't necessarily know who it is, but you know there's someone in a low tiered car that we haven't seen the true ability from that could probably go win a cup championship in a top team.
Yeah,
But we don't know who it is because we never get a chance to
we
see who it is.
never will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let's see. Roush had speed again a little bit.
Top 10 for Busher.
Yeah, and Newman had 13.
Ryan Newman finished in top 15 something.
Yeah.
Stenhouse,
a
by
bit
the
better
way.
than he did last time.
Yeah, 12th.
So I saw a thread. Stenhouse has been like top 15. Like
Yeah. Yes, he's been pretty
he's
good.
been running good, and
They've been
very
doing a
under
lot
the
better
radar.
than they were last season.
Yeah. So I'm impressed by that. But hello Tim, by the way. But Bell P21, he's ever since the road course he's sucked. And
man, crazy, isn't it?
yeah, that's something.
It's like it was a really, really shocking win.
I mean,
almost
he
like-
straight up, in my opinion, he straight up won that thing though.
He did straight up win that race.
It wasn't like he lucked into it, you know. He did a better job than the 9, which
I
was
know.
surprising enough.
But
Yeah.
then
Say
Bell,
he did better than the 9 at all.
I mean,
You
he got
can't.
through the traffic.
Hey, don't wreck
Yeah,
yourself.
but you can't.
Don't wreck yourself.
Yeah, also our Corey LaJoy just shove him in
No,
the
no,
freaking
no. I'm
grass.
talking
Yeah,
about on
that's what-
Hamlin.
Oh, well, yeah, because he can't do anything with Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, well, I was gonna.
Hey, man, at
that
least
was
he
also
didn't
on
wreck the
Brad.
car.
I mean, Brad Keselowski wrecked himself 4 times in that one day and still finished like in the top 10.
Somehow, some way.
Finished
Um,
28th in Atlanta after he drove into the back of who was it? Truex.
But Truex
Yep.
got in front of
Yeah.
him and just got
Oh,
loose.
you want to know
Listen,
something that
If
happened?
you
in this
listen to
race?
Radioactive, Truex said he was trying to let him get the top.
Yeah. You want to know something that did happen in this race? We kind of forgot. Kurt Busch got absolutely bonked by Denny Hamlin.
He got pegged.
And Denny
by-
Hamlin sent him a delivery package.
Yeah.
Yeah,
flowers.
to the infield care center.
You're gonna need a new radiator.
That was I don't
He
think
knew everything.
I think it's the only
It was-
time we saw a car hit the wall.
Oh yeah.
That was literally the only time.
that was like the most exciting thing of the race.
Yeah, I
Unless
mean,
you
they're
count
just-
freaking Brad using Truex as a wall.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or well, there was also the last 25 laps of the race.
Yeah, the restarts were decent. That was the only exciting part after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
But-
one consistent thing with the package, especially mile and a half, is it restarts for the first 2 or 3 laps are really, really good. And then
everything goes down the drain.
Yep, pretty much.
Yusuf in my chat made a really good point. Imagine if Blaney and Harvick had roles switched and Harvick was on Penske and Blaney was at Stewart Haas. How would that shape out?
He still be
over
choking.
this season, that'd be a new
Yeah,
one.
no, there'd be still choking from Ryan Blaney. Don't matter what team you put him on.
No, but like Harvick at Penske though.
Working
I don't know.
Penske.
Penske's
How would that
good.
sound though?
No, I honestly
nobody
think that
drives that
Harvick
like
being a Stewart
freaking-
Haas made him the focus of that team, and that probably made him be a lot better. His equipment was a lot better, and that's probably the reason why he was so dominant and so good these last 4 or 5 years.
And now he's on even playing field as all of his other teammates.
Well, I mean, besides Blaney, Penske wasn't good.
No, yeah, no, not at all.
They were
No,
15th, and well, Brad was he had some other factors
he had a
hampering
lot of
him.
problems.
Yeah.
Speaking of Penske, by the way, I was very surprised to hear that Keselowski's already entered contract renewal talks, considering how like hesitant Penske was last season to get like the contract with Keselowski for this year.
I think that was more COVID related than anything.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
mean,
one of
that's
the
still a
talks
big
should
issue
be,
now.
can we get rid of Joey Logano? Because the
That'll
Mavericks made
never
every
happen.
super speedway.
I don't think they're gonna
There you
get
go
rid
again.
No,
I
they
don't-
will
Chase
never.
Elon.
No way.
Well, they're gonna have a bigger issue with Cindric unless they go to 4 cars.
They
Doubtful.
probably will have to go to 4 cars.
I mean, if they stay with 3, I think it's Brad out. So.
Or since Medid's only has one more
Matty
Matty
D is
taken-
100% gone.
Yeah, since Austin Cindric had taken that car
Yeah.
from him.
I don't think Cindric's going to be that great personally in Cup.
No.
He was in the race, you know.
Yeah,
He was
no,
at
that's the
Atlanta
thing.
and
They
he got
never,
lapped, so who knows how long ago.
they
Finished
didn't cover
22nd.
him at all in the Cup race.
Logano is under contract with Penske until 2023. Somebody said.
So,
Okay.
man, it's crazy. It's like I keep saying, rookies never do anything, and it's true.
It's
Did
gonna
you
stay
know?
the
Did you
same
know
way.
Cindric and Briscoe were in the Atlanta race?
Honestly, I think
Yeah, I
though,
knew.
22nd for like his first legitimate Cup race, that was still solid.
It's not bad, not bad.
I mean,
But-
beat Briscoe.
I honestly think I really do think that Briscoe is going to be good. I think right now, not all of it, but I think at least probably half of it has to do with just how bad SHR is this year.
It's
I-
going
no,
to be
I
I
really
interesting.
think
think it's
that's
the-
hindering
it's
his
the rookie,
performance.
dude.
But I mean, yeah, I don't expect him to be running, top 5 every week and all that. But I certainly do think that give him a couple years, he'll probably at least be a playoff contender, if not winning races, if
So-
that team gets good.
So yeah, I don't have anything to say about the race. It happened.
It was meh.
I
It
do
was
got
okay.
Hashtag Team Turf is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's what let's really quick mention some Xfinity stuff, specifically Noah Gregson. Ended
Puncher.
up, ended up
Martin
in a
Truex
fight.
choked.
Yeah, Martin Truex, whatever. But Gregson
Oh,
ends up
they were
fighting
fighting
after the
over
race
there.
with Daniel Hemrick. Which I thought was very brave of Hemrick to walk into a squad of 9 car team members, and decide to physically confront the driver when the team's around.
NASCAR, I say we like I'm a part of NASCAR, but NASCAR really needs to make a rule change where crew members cannot get involved on pit road.
They
Or at
didn't
least
do
like the only
anything,
thing they
though.
can do is pull a driver away. They can't
Yeah,
get
yeah.
involved themselves and start throwing punches and stuff because that's when it becomes over excessive, and it also, in my opinion, ruins fights.
Nah, man, what do you mean? The more punches, the better.
More content.
No, I
Yeah.
want to see the drivers going at each other, not some crew member that I
No,
don't know
I
what his name is.
see.
I mean,
I
no
look
offense to the
back.
group members, but I want to see the drivers going at each other.
I look back at Jeff Gordon Keselowski fight 2014. That would have been way more lame if the crews weren't all in there brawling as well. Like that was iconic to have both of the crews just going at it.
It was
That
more
way if I was
savage.
that-
It was
Yeah,
more
that's true,
sa-
but also at the same time, how many times do you get that situation where both crews going at each other? Most of the time, it's one guy walking over to another guy's car, and then he gets surrounded by 6 or so other crew members, and the crew members just like throw the guy to the ground, kind of like the Logano and Hamlin fight,
Yeah, where Logano's
where Logano
crew,
just got like, tossed around by Hamlin's crew members.
and
What, you're
then
talking
no,
about
one
when
of
crews
one of
get into it?
Logano's one of
Yeah.
Logano's guys threw Hamlin to the ground.
Oh yeah, you're right. I said that wrong.
like could have
Yeah.
actually injured him.
About
Yeah,
the Clint
yeah,
Boyer
yeah.
and Jeff Gordon thing. I'm pretty sure the pit crews were swinging.
Yeah,
Mhm.
those were. It's an interesting one because I feel like Jay's got a good point, but at the
couldn't even
same
get the
time,
swing. It
In
was just
most
running to 'em.
situations, crew members getting involved is a bad thing. When you
It's
have
like-
like the Jeff Gordon thing, where it's them all going at each other, that's different than crew members just walking up to a driver who's by himself and just like grabbing him by the neck and just having free will at him, and
It was more
It's-
savagery that Daniel did it while he was doing an interview.
yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah.
He just walked right in.
He
It's
didn't
hard.
give a crap.
It's hard to make a rule about that, in my opinion, because like the crews, of course, are a part of the team, and their emotions run high as well. they work so hard to be in the spot they're in as well. So like, of course, they're going to be heated and wanting to fight as well.
Yeah, that's also true.
So it's really hard but I also feel like in situations like the most recent one with Gregson and Hemrick, they shouldn't have all been going after Hemrick right then and there because he didn't have his team
Or
with him.
drivers just need to start making it a point of being like, all right, I'm gonna go fight this dude. I need like 4 of y'all to come with me, and just stop going by themselves. I feel like that would also
bring someone with you.
the situation
that
as well.
way you got two teams going at it again. I don't know. It's
like actually take a moment and talk to your crew, or have your crew come to your car, like go over the radio, be like, I need some guys to the car right away, and then just like have them follow him over the other guy, and just be like, be ready, I'm about to start throwing punches.
Like
that's
Jeff
what
Gordon.
Bubba Wallace did when at the Roval when Bubba and Alex Bowman got at it. He brought a guy. Bubba had a guy. He nodded to his gas man to come with him to give a talk to for Alex Bowman, but he was on the ground, so instead he just threw water at him.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't even know he brought a guy with him.
Yeah, it was the Dale Jr. podcast.
Oh, I remember the Jeff Gordon one again, where like he was like, "Yeah, I'm about to go beat the crap out of Brad," and like you saw Jeff roll up, and the whole team was just surrounding. They were all ready to fight. That was
fight was honestly one of the that was
iconic
peak NASCAR fight.
Yes.
When you just have both teams and the drivers just all going at it together in one big giant mess.
The best the best year of NASCAR racing, and like we had big fights happening. It was just iconic.
At least in recent years, was 2014.
In my lifetime of watching NASCAR, best year.
2014, man, that was absolute peak NASCAR.
Absolutely.
I think the funniest thing about that fight was just Harvick pushing Keselowski.
Yeah, Harvick inciting it all by just pushing
Harvick
Keselowski right into just
MVP
clutch.
of that at one. He was the one that pushed it and got it all going.
And then you got like Casey Kane crew members come in and start throwing punches.
I was like, get him.
That one of the Kane guys got suspended. I remember. I guess you're not really a part of it, but I mean, if you want to go in and help a teammate, then do it.
Want to go in and have fun? Go right ahead.
2014 was also the same year as the whole Matt Kenseth thing, right?
Where he
the hauler.
Matt Kenseth and Brian Vickers.
Well, no, Hamlin, Keselowski, Stewart, Kenseth were. Hamlin was trying to fight Keselowski. They got into a bit of a tussle with Hamlin and Keselowski's crew, but it didn't turn into anything. Stewart backed up into Keselowski on the pit lane, and then Kenseth came after Brad and took him out.
Because he was unbuckled.
Yeah. And then in between
when
the
he got
haulers,
hit in I don't know how long.
Yeah. Kenseth got a good punch to his face, too.
Yeah, he got a pretty good smack to him.
Yeah.
Brad was not here to make friends.
No.
That was peak. Everybody hated Brad Keselowski moment. The playoffs that year, everyone hated him.
I'm kind of like neutral with Brad at this point.
Yeah, no, I don't mind him.
Oh, at this point, yeah, but
yeah, I don't give a shit.
At that moment in time, that was everybody hating on Brad. Like he was the Joey Logano of that time.
Yes, he was.
My favorite was, I don't remember what year it was, and I think it was either a nationwide or a cup race, but it was at Bristol, and I remember Kevin Harvick jumped over Greg Biffle's car, and Larry just grabbed him by the neck and started just grabbing him and yelling at him.
Way back before I was even knew what NASCAR was.
What was it, like 2003?
Probably.
Or something like that. I remember he jumped over Biffle's car, and Larry just grabbed him by his neck.
I seen that.
Just started yelling at him. Oh my god, it was great.
That's definitely what I would do if I was in NASCAR.
And if I'm not mistaken, he had the whole race pretty much to calm down, and because he waited around for the end of the race, and then he just went after him.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know what he would have done if it was right after.
I remember seeing a clip of Dale Sr. Or like Ice Cold Killer just said, he's like, my favorite was when I saw Dale Sr. flip off Kurt Busch in his rookie season.
Dale Sr. Wait, Kurt Busch was racing before?
I think part-time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
don't remember that either. I didn't know.
I gotta confirm this actually. Kurt Busch.
Yeah, I was
my favorite was when Dale Earnhardt flipped off Kurt
2000.
Busch.
Yeah, no, Kurt Busch did 7 races in 2000.
Oh, there you have
That was his debut.
Oh.
That makes sense. Was
So-
that a plate track?
It was at a plate track, I think.
Oh, no wonder why it was that's Earnhardt country right there.
Yeah.
Probably Talladega if anything.
So
Oh, yeah, probably
I guess we're done with the cup race already.
Yeah,
Probably.
but back to the Gregson thing though, like that whole situation.
Okay.
The broadcast made Gregson look terrible, but
Yeah.
in my opinion, he didn't look
They
great.
left out a
but
whole lot of
yeah, he didn't
context.
look great, but he was justified with what he showed from the pit cam.
Yeah.
Um,
And if you saw one of the trying to think of what the other show is that's on Dale Jr. podcast. And with spotters and whatnot, they were talking
door
about
bumper
it with
clear. Yeah, I stopped listening to that a while back.
yeah, they had a episode today about them talking about it, and who the guy that did the Twitter post. Trying to think.
Ready?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they had
Bubba Spotter.
they had one of the announcers on there.
Mike Joy. I want I do
Yeah,
want to
they
listen to
had
that
him on.
episode. Yeah, I was looking forward
Yeah,
to that.
that was on here today, talking about that.
I think the main thing that when Noah showed his angle, I mean, obviously you saw Hemrick slide into his box and have to back up. But I think like the biggest thing is you get a different angle of Noah trying to back up, and it almost looks like, at least to me anyways, it almost looks like Noah was trying to angle his car out back towards pit road, and he just didn't do it enough, and that's why he backed in Hemrick's car. I don't think in
somebody
any way
in
he was trying to do it
way,
on
so that's
purpose.
why.
It just happened.
Yeah, he just. I think there was somebody that was in his way that he had to go past before he had to pit and overshot it, so he had to back up.
It was an example of the broadcasts making someone look really
Being
bad.
bad as usual.
Yeah.
But I also don't blame the broadcast because I don't think they had any context on it either. I think they just saw Noah backing up in Hemrick, and that's all that they knew about it, I think. I don't know if they
They had
I
about
don't
a
know if they
second
knew about the other
before
part
they
of it.
could see them pitting.
But at the same time, I mean, did it really affect Hemrick's car? I wonder, for him to go and physically confront Gregson.
He
after
said
the
there was a
race?
hole in the nose.
Okay, well, there you have it.
That aerodynamic.
I don't know if
issue.
that's true or not, but that's what Hemrick said.
He hit it on the right front somewhere. But I don't think that would hurt it that bad. I mean, it could have cooled the tire off and it'd been like a rocket.
Yeah, Hemrick should have been faster. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Gregson roasted the guy too at the end of his interview.
Yeah, he really did.
Oh yeah.
Is he wrong though?
Not
And Mike Joy
really.
talked about that too.
Yeah, I don't know if Mike Joy really likes Gregson though, does he?
No,
I don't know.
I don't think he
You'll see it
does.
in the episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna. That's gonna be the only door bumper clear one I listen to.
Yeah, that's the latest one. So
I was hoping because they called Mike Joy out, and then Mike was like, "Get me on the podcast and we'll
now
discuss it."
he's here.
Yeah, so that's cool. Mike Joy's a cool dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I guess this already takes us to like Formula One stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the cup race there was nothing happened, so we didn't really get to.
It was
Time to
all
remove the
green
sandbags,
flag.
boys.
Mercedes.
Gotta get the sandbags off in preparation for this weekend.
Mercedes 1-2.
We do, Raven. We do F1. We just don't talk about it.
So yeah, F1 Bahrain at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time this weekend, this Sunday, which means I should get to see the end of the race, which is nice.
That's
But
nice.
Mercedes, yeah, 1-2. That's gonna be hands down.
Probably.
It'll be
Hamilton.
Bottas's one win of the year, and he'll say to all those
whom it may
you know the saying
concern.
that there you go.
Fuck you.
And then and he's not gonna do anything for the rest of the season.
Sounds about right.
He comes in with that new mindset, and he starts off really good, and then Hamilton just has one moment where he's faster, and then like Bottas just shuts down. And he's like, "Nope, can't do it anymore." And then he just flops the
I
rest of
really
the year.
cannot wait until George is in that car. A, because I want to see George be in a good car, and B, just because I want to see Hamilton have some actual competition and not Bottas who just gives up after 2 races.
Well, what if it's Hamilton retiring and then putting Russell in?
I mean, that's fine with me too.
I think.
And Bottas will be in the same spot again.
I know. I think they would get rid of Bottas too.
Oh yeah, I don't think if Hamilton goes, I don't think Bottas stays
It's
as
gotta
his
like,
teammate, as George's teammate.
they
It'll
gotta get
probably wind
Verstappen.
up being George and Esteban.
Oh God, no.
I mean, he Toto is all over Esteban and thinks of him like as like a son. So
Well, I mean, on the bright side,
wouldn't surprise me.
Esteban goes to Mercedes. He shouldn't have to worry about getting a blue flag, and then wrecking the leader at
Yeah.
Brazil. um, but no, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Ocon.
I'm not either.
He was quiet last year. Didn't do anything bad, but I still don't really like him. Just that Brazil
No,
incident and the way he
yeah.
handled it, that just changed my whole opinion of him. But I mean, Verstappen, like I said, he needs to get to Mercedes somehow, because like he's wasting, in my
No,
opinion,
I
so much
truly I don't
potential.
want to see him go to Mercedes.
Well, it's just like he's
If we were
wasting so much
seeing,
potential.
if there was another 3 or 4 years of this same exact rules package, I'd be right there with you. But with the rules changing next year, I truly do think, and with all the new regulations, with the spending regulations and stuff, and frankly with I can't think of his name. I started to say something and now I lost my track. Uh,
Perez,
the Mercedes guy who
oh,
no, the Mercedes guy who died.
Lauda, Nicky Lauda.
Yeah, Nicky Lauda. To be frank, without him there, like the innovation, I don't think is going to be the same as it was for this generation of car because Toto
No.
talked about it. He said that Nicky like had a huge hand in developing the early parts of this car, and like they still use a lot of that, a lot of it in the car now. And like that's
Well,
a big hand in why they got so dominant.
I just think they have the best people, dude.
Well, it's like right now they got such a huge team that it's going to be very hard for them to fail, even in the next car. I think.
Okay, like
I don't think they're going to fail, but I don't think they're going to be the same dominant team they are now. I really don't.
I wouldn't be surprised if they are.
It wouldn't surprise me either, but
I'd be
I just
extremely
really don't think it's going
disappointed
to happen.
because it's like, oh God, a whole another generation of this.
Yeah.
Well, that just says the other teams are trash and they need to get better.
Yeah, or go backwards
What
like
do you want?
Ferrari.
Well, Ferrari is just.
It'll be a known
I mean,
flashback for him.
Haas isn't
God,
even
I
no.
working
mean,
on this
to
car.
be fair, also like Mercedes' biggest advantage of this was the spending, and that's no longer going to be a thing anymore. I mean, technically still will be because I guarantee not every team is going to hit that cap, and Mercedes certainly will.
Yeah.
They'll spend every last cent they can, but I think the spending cap's gonna definitely help that a lot because that's certainly Mercedes' biggest advantage is being able to spend whatever money they want.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
whole combo is you guys. I got nothing in this, to be honest.
Well,
I got nothing much.
And
Same here.
and with the way that Mercedes has been like talking, it wouldn't surprise me if they're out of the sport in 3 or 4 years because
is
it's
weird.
been weird that they've been what?
No, it is weird.
Yeah,
They could also
Oh.
just be giving everyone else false hope.
Just sell
that's
Mercedes.
true.
Yeah, they just want to. It's like they're sandbagging and testing. They want to give us that false hope.
It's like when Lewis says his tires are dead. That means they're prime. That
And
means
then
they're
he
optimal.
runs the fastest lap of the race one lap later.
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Bono, like tires are dead. Runs fastest lap by like half a
And that's
second.
the thing. His tires, for all we know, can actually really be dead. It's just the Mercedes is that good.
I think it's both Mercedes that good and Lewis that good.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
Lewis is. I mean, when it comes to tires, I don't know what Lewis does, but he does it better than everybody.
He kills them. He kills them after 4 laps, at least in his own voice. He just says they're dead after 4 laps, but yet he can still do anything and everything he wants with them.
Yeah, no one could do anything. Like the dude is unbelievable.
I can't stand him, but I have to give him just mad credit for how much talent he has and just how good he is. I acknowledge how good he is. I just can't stand him.
It's ridiculous how good he is.
Can't
Yeah,
relate.
in my opinion, the only thing close to him is Verstappen or Leclerc, and I mean they're not in cars good enough to compete with
Verstappen
him.
easily. Honestly, I think at this point, if Verstappen, you put him in Mercedes, he easily beats Lewis. Honestly, in my
I don't say
opinion.
easily. I think it's a very even match.
No, I think it's legitimately easy.
Like Lewis Hamilton is
3 or 4 years
unbelievable.
ago, when Verstappen was still developing and Hamilton was in like his definite prime, then no. But at the point now where Hamilton's in the later stages of his career, and Verstappen has like reached his peak, I think Verstappen's better than him
Yeah, you got to
by
give
a
credit to
mile.
Lewis too. Like he's, I mean, in F1 terms, definitely towards the end, and the dude is still destroying everybody. You know, we see in NASCAR these big fall offs with
Bro,
like,
we're gonna Jimmy.
yeah.
So Lewis is going to hit 100 Wednesday, guys.
How many is he at right now? 90.
94 or 5 or 6 or something like that.
I'm on the wiki page. He is at 95.
Oh yeah, no, he'll be there.
So,
Okay, how
He'll
many
get,
races
he'll
do you
get
think
that
it
6
takes?
races in.
I'm gonna say it's
Six.
gonna take 7.
I will say it will take. Needs 5.
8
I
weeks.
give it 10 races.
I say 8.
Jay says 6
give-
or 5.
give it
I said
10.
7.
I say
8.
I said 6.
6. Okay.
because Red Bull legitimately look better, like quite a bit better. Do I think they're missing?
Yeah, they do.
No, but that's the simple fact that they're gonna have Perez makes Red Bull be able to do something.
Well, we thought that the last couple years with their
But
other
we
drivers.
know Perez.
We
know.
thought that with Verstappen. We didn't think that with the team overall.
Yeah, but here's the thing: we know Perez is one of the best on the grid.
I mean,
Like I think Perez is. You could put him 4th or 5th best driver on the grid.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he's certainly top 5, honestly.
Now he's in a Red Bull. Now they're gonna have something for him.
I'm interested to see where Aston Martin's gonna line up.
Mid pack.
At
Yeah.
the rear
I mean,
of the
they're
field.
virtually still the same team as last year. They're just green.
I
a
know,
different
but
name
it's
now,
it's
so, I
still
mean,
interesting to see how they're gonna be. I mean, it's what the 2020 Mercedes now. I think.
the green. They're now
It's
the green Mercedes.
It's the green Mercedes that they got this year.
I think they'll still be 4th.
I mean, as a Vettel
Yeah,
fan,
I think
I would
McLaren's
be
going to be the
happy with
3rd
that.
team no matter what.
I think
Yeah.
Vettel will get a podium, maybe.
That's what I want.
I really hope that Lando gets a win this year.
Not happening.
Lando win, holy shit, that would
Please.
internet would break. But I think I didn't want to be insane to say that. I think Ricardo would be more likely to win.
Yeah, actually, I think Ricardo's going to beat Lando in points.
Yeah, I think so.
Which could change a lot of stuff.
It won't be like big, because Lando's still really good.
but Ricardo's got the experience that's going to really come in handy.
Yeah.
To help him there. I think it's great pairing.
I'm curious though because it almost seems to me, and I think it really has a lot to do with just kind of how bad Renault is, but it seems like to me that Ricardo just fell off a cliff and is kind of like stuck at the bottom now, and he just I don't know.
No, Ricardo's still a beast.
Didn't he
It was
beat
just
Ocon
Renault.
in points?
He destroyed him.
Yeah.
It was just Renault in general.
I mean, yeah, that team is pretty bad.
I mean, Cyril left the team too. He was like, I'm out.
Ricardo finished 5th in points last season.
Huh?
Oh, he did? Okay,
Yeah.
well, what am I talking about then?
You want to know where Ocon finished?
Let me guess. Hold on. I don't remember. I'm going to say 11.
I'm going to guess like 10th.
12th.
9th.
Oh my god.
God.
That's
Yeah.
what he does
And
not.
they kicked Hulkenberg out for that guy, man.
Hulkenberg would have absolutely done better.
Hulkenberg probably would have been right there with Ricardo.
Hey,
Mercedes
I'm just gonna
shut him down a throat.
Hey, I'm just here to point out, Ocon got 62 points, Hulkenberg got 10. I'm just gonna say.
In what, 2 races or 1?
Yeah,
2
2.
races. Yeah.
Well, it was supposed to be
I
3,
miss
but
Hulkenberg.
rip.
Imagine.
Hulkenberg in
Surprises
the
me is
hot.
he's not doing like any other racing. Like a lot of guys who leave F1 go and find another series. He's just not doing anything. At least as far as I'm aware
I
of.
think a big thing is that he's a little older. He is 33. For F1,
I
that's
mean, Grosjean's around that age.
true. Let's see how old is Grosjean?
30. He's in his 30s,
34.
I believe.
He's actually older.
Yeah.
But yeah, but besides the point. Yeah, no, I don't get that Ocon at all, dude.
Yeah, I don't either.
Is Grosjean doing any oval IndyCar races this year, or is it just road courses
I
like
think it's
Johnson?
full time.
I want to say it's full.
Because I'm like, you go from nearly dying at Bahrain to wanting to
He
do
will
oval
not.
races.
He will not compete in oval races.
Okay, I
Oh,
was gonna
okay.
say, there's no way you go from that Bahrain incident to say, you know what, I'm gonna go do oval races in
I'm going to do
IndyCar.
the Indy 500. I'm going to do.
Yeah, especially when in Drive to Survive, he was talking about he had to think about if he wanted to continue driving for like his family. He had to think about his
I
family
haven't.
instead of
I,
driving.
I need to watch it. I haven't.
Yeah, Drive to Survive. I still have to watch the last episode, but
I had to.
Same.
I had to watch the last.
on
I
the
watched it. It was fantastic.
Formula Dank Reddit subreddit. It was like the schedule of
Dude.
F1 Drive to Survive, and it's just like Austria, Monza, Austria. And like it's like they're at the same locations every time.
Formula Dank.
I really think
so
honestly that it
funny.
has a lot to do with access they were allowed this season. I think they
Yeah.
were allowed really limited access or last
And
season.
people said it was a little underwhelming. I haven't finished. I kind of feel it. But I can't necessarily blame them. It's like
Yeah,
Yeah,
I legitimately really do think it has a lot to do with just they were given limited access. I think
yeah.
like they weren't allowed in Turkey for that I've heard, and that's why everybody was complaining about no Turkish GP, but I'm pretty sure they weren't allowed. And I think there was at least a handful, if not several, other races that they weren't allowed at either. So
Yeah. So, I think we're all predicting Mercedes win.
Hamilton. I'm sorry, Bottas ain't even gonna win this one. It's Hamilton.
Williams is gonna win like 5.
at the moment, I'll
Well-
say Mercedes, but who knows? Red Bull could genuinely be faster this year. I don't think they are, but who knows?
We know the games. We know the games.
Haas is gonna
Yeah,
finish
every
last in
single
points,
year, the
hopefully.
last 4 or 5 years,
please, Haas
preseason
finish
testing.
Dude, I want Haas to be like god awful.
Well,
I want
they already
terrible.
confirmed they're not even working on this car. They're just focusing on the next
Good.
one already.
I
So
want them to look terrible. Sorry, Mick. I just biggest clown show in F1.
Mick
I thought-
Schumacher and Gunter Steiner are the only 2 things that I like about that team.
Yeah, I mean, they make Ferrari look competent.
True. The Ferrari
Honestly,
engine in there too.
I really hope that Gunter stays on after this year, but it would not surprise me if Gene fires him. I really
Right.
don't want to see that happen, but it wouldn't surprise me.
I wouldn't. Because at some point you're like, well, something's got to change at some point. But yeah, I got nothing else. It's that Bahrain.
yeah, it's not gonna be a great race.
I mean, it would be decent
yeah,
for an
it'd be
F1.
half decent.
I mean,
It'd
the
be-
last Bahrain race was interesting
At
least.
the oval version, oval.
Yeah,
Oval.
quote unquote. As
Yeah.
close as we're gonna get to an oval in F1.
Yeah.
Oval.
But I guess that moves us on to Nitro.
Oh boy.
So
Free agency
Well,
poggers.
first off, before we jump into that championship race, Phoenix, Andrew won the championship, Jonathan
Yep,
second, myself third, Connor
Hi.
in fourth. Yeah. But more importantly, free agency, and I
Actually,
personally,
There's one thing I do want to talk about this. I talked to Jay like a day or so ago.
I was there.
We're getting dropped.
Yeah,
out.
it
Oh,
was.
God.
You two had the fastest cars. And
No, we
it
didn't
was
have the
good.
fastest cars, but
Oh.
I really think the only reason Andrew wins the title is because me and Jay lagged out or pit road glitched out.
Yeah. I told y'all to reinstall your game. Y'all didn't listen to me. Look what happened.
Because you got to think, because in stage 2, before it happened, me and Jay were right on their tail.
Jonathan said, "Caution, don't come out. Andrew, don't win the title."
Jay, are you there?
yeah, no, I mean, obviously, actually, yeah.
Okay.
because like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. You know what? Outbreak and Combat can deny it all they want, but I think we all felt last season that
Fluke.
Outbreak and Combat were literally just blocking for Andrew the entire race, and I was gonna do the same.
Outbreak wasn't there. Me and MJ.
That wasn't me. That was
This
him and MJ.
this is awkward here because we got 2 teams in this year that were
Yeah,
against each other last season, and I
Yeah.
actually I agree with Karma, to be completely honest.
I ran my own race. It was MJ in combat.
But the point
just
is
followed
that
what
there's not really. I don't see a what. Like Andrew, does he get bias at some point? Probably. Does he get over to the lead? Most definitely not. So
Wasn't that race when you two were up there versus him? I saw mostly you two leading, and that was it. I didn't
me
even
and Jay
see.
never led.
Oh, I thought y'all were leading.
No, we
Somebody was.
just we
I was right there with him, and I was
Yeah.
faster, but I just didn't want to challenge and get in the way, so I just kind of was riding
You should have gotten
in
away.
third
Content.
place.
Yeah, Jay was being respectful, so was Matt. The only driver that was in the final stage, Christian, was like, you know what, let me get up here in the mix with these guys going for it.
He had something with his attitude. Ood is getting the best
It's
of him.
changed over the last
Yeah, and then he
season.
got mad at me for telling him to be quiet when they're like, we're coming to a final restart, or not a final restart, but one of the last few restarts,
I
and,
did
and
see
there's a
that.
championship battle on the line. Oh no, he didn't get mad at me in the party. He messaged me afterwards and was like, "You really gonna tell me to be quiet?" And I was like, "Yeah, I sure am."
Yeah.
Yeah,
In case of it, he just said Jay should have dumped somebody.
we couldn't dump
I
anyone
should've.
because we weren't in the race.
I should have dumped Rocket, but I didn't want to. I was too nice of a person.
What's ironic is it's this issue. It seems like Jay and Karma have it like in the same races.
And
What
I've
they
only,
need to do is
I mean,
restart their
Karma
game,
had it
'cause
at the
that's how
Roval
you
and I
fix
didn't,
it.
but
That's literally what I did. If you have a freezing
No,
race going to pit road, you need to
I-
restart your reinstall your game, because
I
that's
did,
what
I
I
did
did,
that.
and it never happened.
okay, well, I need to not forget and do that before the next season starts. Then
Well,
I've
do
only
it
ever
now,
had it those
Ross.
2 times though. I've never had it at all any other time.
Yeah, it's crazy that it just started happening. I've already reinstalled, so
Alright, so you should be good for the rest of the season then.
yeah,
You
until it
should
happens again. Until it happens again.
I did like mid-season, and look what happened to me. I haven't lagged out since.
Apparently it happened to Durham in that race too. So
Oh
that,
well,
that was,
I'm in the chat.
yeah. It was killing everyone that race apparently.
Oh no, it hurt my heart and everything that he lagged out.
Oof, yeah, I was heartbroken.
Yeah, Gary didn't give
Sad face.
Nah, he don't like me, so
who doesn't like you?
Durham.
Well, yeah, no, he doesn't.
Case
I
for
mean-
he said the best moment of the season was when Rocket
What the
dumped
heck is
Durham.
Durham?
Oh yeah.
But that was
The
pretty
feeling's
Wait a minute, when
mutual,
was
so it's
that?
okay.
What was that?
So what? Guess we talk about the free agency
Yeah,
shenanigans.
so I myself haven't
Everything-
paid any attention to it, so
I just
that's
say,
all up to you guys to handle this one.
I just say everything escalated quickly, like 1 second after Karma
Dude,
started
as
to
soon as
be
I
like,
put-
let it rip.
Oh yeah, then there was just a
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember if it was Karma that I told it to or who it was. I think it was one of you that I mentioned. I bet they literally have this stuff copied, and as soon as Karma says it, they're going to paste
Yep.
it. And what
Yep.
happened? As soon as Karma said at 8 p.m. said free agency is open, like 6
Bam.
messages just got spammed.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was-
Outbreak, we
I was
weren't
not
gonna win
surprised at all.
Penske because I am not that quick on copy and paste.
Yeah.
I think he had it ready beforehand. I think he had it just sitting there ready and just hit enter.
Yep, that's exactly what it was. So I guess we'll start with
Doesn't matter. He ain't gonna do shit anyways. He sucks. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gary. You can unmute your mic so we can hear your
You can
reaction.
go on
to
ahead
everything.
now.
So JGR is same driver lineup, but
Oh wait, there's more.
I'm not in the 20. I'm going to the 19 and then evens moving.
Oh
to
wait,
the,
did you announce that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he
What was the reaction?
What was everyone's reaction?
Yeah.
I think it's funny that people actually think I was going to leave JGR.
Oh no, after I figured
Durham wanted to put money on it that he was going to the 18.
Yeah. No, and Carl has nothing to do with the 20.
y'all want to know something? Like even before all this, Durham wanted to pay money for me to stay off of Penske.
Yeah, it was.
He's gonna give you a blank check.
So
Yeah,
I
he was
mean,
literally writing a blank check.
and then Rocket's coming back full time next season apparently, so that'll be fun.
Hog.
Yes.
We just gotta get his internet issues figured out, and so
Get
that
him
out of
he doesn't
Vegas.
stop lagging out, or he
Get
does
him
stop
out
lagging out.
Just get him out of Vegas.
No. So should we? I think there's some other drivers that would like to explain some other things.
Yeah, come
I'm in the meme car.
Hey,
Jay's
but
in
I'm
the
driving
Bobby
Bobby Carter.
Jay's
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
he's
Bobby
got the-
Carter machine.
got the meme mobile.
Yeah.
I'm now gonna be driving in the 95 car.
Poggers.
And
Right.
I am driving the Fantasy 94 Sunoco Toyota next season.
That's actually like an official car in the game.
If you could
Yeah.
drive, that would be nice. Sponsorship plug.
The
Yeah, I didn't think about that one.
even. It is not cursed. Yeah, so yeah, Toyota's now the super team, and
Toyota now is just freaking
He about to
destroyer of
kill
all
most of
worlds.
Fords
yeah, Ford thinks they made a super team, so that's
Toyota basically
I was
has
gonna say, wasn't it Christian that messaged you, Karma, a couple weeks ago and was like, Ford is gonna be Godzilla, and you were just looking at him like, yeah, you don't know what we have planned.
Yeah, we
well,
were kicked in.
yeah, the whole Toyota roster basically has every single person that can basically win a race any given week.
Yep.
even though probably a lot of people don't think Rocket can. We know
Like
me,
what?
me, Jay, and Gary definitely know Rocket can win.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
I can win. I can get short tracks down
He
par.
just Rocket just needs to get back in the groove, and he'll be fine.
Well, I gave you all like stuff for it, so yeah.
Um,
good to
so
go.
I guess Gary's gonna be interested in what Hendrick is a little bit. No.
That are rip-offs.
It's basically a demotion.
Yeah. They
Uh,
downgraded.
so,
Most definitely.
Andrew is staying put in the 9 car.
Shot.
Cobra is going to the 24.
That's not bad.
Tyler is remaining in the 48, and then Libert from the trucks is moving to the 88.
Interesting.
Alright, listen.
K17 said
Oh,
we all know that
alright,
95 car isn't winning.
Alright, listen, man.
Yeah.
I might have more luck than friggin' Jay now. Give me grace.
And then I guess we can go to the Penske is Smoke, Demon, Durham.
No wins.
You're welcome. Yeah. Sorry, Demon.
Sorry, Demon. Love you, pal.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Blake's in the
He
21.
knows. He probably knows.
Yeah. Blake's in the 21. And then SHR is Drake, Matt Chaffee. You know he's back, right, Gary?
Yeah, he did a big old announcement for it.
Yeah. Mahu and then LCS is SHR. So Ford might actually win a race this
they
year.
might get
two.
a couple.
Yeah,
Mahu is the
SHR
only one that
is
they
a
got a
decent
shot.
lineup.
Yes, it is.
The only guy that might be good is Mahu, and that's it.
Yo, Chafe told me though that either him or Mahu have the chances of winning.
I've ran races with Matt. I think it's going to be 100% okay.
If Matt puts the practice in like he usually does, I think he can.
I think Chaffee's kind of like Ryan Blaney, where he's fast, but he gets too angry over little things, and that hurts him in the finishing result.
Then the paragraphs will start reeling in every
Yeah.
race after it.
But yeah, so yep, that's that. Don't really feel like talking about Xfinity, I guess, and trucks.
I just realized I'm basically in that freaking Zach Novak car.
I think everyone's initial impression is probably
Toyota's fucking good.
We turned up.
Pretty much. I don't know.
Well, the Fords will disagree, but
Well,
if the Fords disagree, then they are way over their heads. Okay, I wouldn't even put them. I wouldn't even put them second best.
I think this is going to be my 4th, maybe 5th season of Nitro. I can't remember exactly. But the entire time that I've been here, there's one consistent thing that has stayed through every season, and that is everybody hates the Fords. I don't know why, but everybody hates the Fords. It's always been everybody against the Fords.
It has, and that's definitely continuing this year.
Jonathan in chat has brought up a really funny thing. Imagine practicing, because I know the Chevys and the Fords practice. Combat practices.
Combat practices, but for good reasons.
Well, hey, Jonathan, I don't really call running 5 laps just making sure my preset.
That was my favorite thing about Phoenix.
I run about 70 laps a day to get the car right.
I didn't run a single lap at Phoenix, and I showed up and almost won the championship.
Yeah, neither did I. I didn't run a single lap before either.
I ran laps during the week because I was trying out.
Case
I really
17 said
hope
we're all
never
gonna
get
get speeding penalties like we did at Talladega.
Remember
I
that?
mean, I
Remember
really
that
do.
one time I got 2 speeding penalties in a row. I forget what track it was,
Wasn't
but
that like
that was so
wasn't
embarrassing.
that like at Texas?
It was one of
No,
the mile and a halves.
No, it was Texas.
I can't remember.
No. Isn't it Kansas?
I think it was Kansas. Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
no, it
No,
couldn't have
I
been
think it
Kansas.
was Kansas.
So you know what? This was a genius move. So, because everyone's gonna be super confused because I'm not in the 20. I can just wreck everyone when I'm in the 19, and they'll all be mad at even and not me. It's genius.
Any truers?
Big brain move.
You see, Even's gonna blame the 20 car if he doesn't do that good this season, but it's just him not living up to the pressure of driving the 20.
Yes.
True. It's a 1,000 IQ play.
Yes. And then there's some drivers in single car teams like Big.
John,
Oof.
Jonathan
Oof.
said the only problem is you have to be up front to wreck people.
Hey man, he'll be up front of Dover on the very last lap and then run out of gas.
Hey, I still won though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
will K17 said even will wreck everyone, but they will be all mad at karma.
Hmm.
I don't know how that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
Dude,
there'll be more
it is gonna be
because you're
funny.
slow.
People thinking. It is gonna be funny. People thinking I'm in the 20 still, but
Just weird thinking when I'm 19 when we did that
yeah, and
in
then
Iowa.
yeah, and then next season's gonna be really weird because I know Gary's gonna hate when I say this, but we're gonna have to make split parties work. So
Oh god.
yeah, it's gonna be
Well, okay.
mean,
In my
we
opinion, we're
should
not
be
gonna have
fine.
enough. We're not gonna have enough
Oh,
people
we're gonna
show
have
up
a blast.
mid-season. So
Gary.
If you thought Chevy was having a
Uh,
full party,
I
we're
look at-
I don't think you understand. Like we're literally having like 23 committed, like people that are gonna be here every week.
2 of the 3 Penske drivers will show up for the first 5 and then give up. Okay.
Yep, sounds about right. And then Mahu just be
That
there
still
the whole
leaves
time on
21
his
other
own
people.
party.
Yeah.
21, yeah.
All right, Gary. Here we go. Andrew, Cobra, Tyler, Liver, you, Rocket, me, Even, Snakebite,
Hi.
I guess Master Killer, Combat, MJ, Jay,
Outbreak.
Bacon, Outbreak, Drake, Matt, Mahu, LCS, Durham. I'm just gonna say Demon and Smoke for now, and then also Blake. That's 25. That is
That's too many
24
people.
drivers.
We're gonna have to do a lot of qualifying.
Hey, it could be my last season, by the way, as well. Who knows? We'll see.
Honey.
Are we talking about that
Nah,
yet?
no, not yet. You could be. You never know.
Oh, well,
dude.
you
I'm
just
saying.
brought it up. So
You just
might
brought
as
it
well.
up, you
I said
forehead.
it could
Just
be.
say,
I mean, yeah,
just
you
say it. Just say
voluntarily
it now.
just-
No, I said
You
it could
already
be.
brought it up.
I said it could be.
You already brought it up.
The reason
Just
I
bring
say
it out now.
the reason
What
I
are
say
you talking about?
It could be my last season too. For all
the
I
reason
know.
I say could be is because I
Man.
actually don't know yet. It depends on the next game.
It kind of depends on how bad the game is next year.
Oh no, it ain't
Or
gonna
this
be
year.
bad. So
No, there's a completely different reason why.
yeah,
My
it ain't about
racing
how the
getting
game
in the way.
plays.
K17, Gary gonna pull an Andrew.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't do
Yep,
that. Okay,
probably.
I actually commit to a decision.
Sure.
Oof.
Alright.
That's but I mean I guess that kind of wraps up Nitro. When's the season start?
Cup
Yeah.
at least is May 1st.
May 1st.
Uh-huh.
So we get about a month and a week.
Yeah.
So 5
It'd be
weeks.
weird doing F1 and then having nothing to do after that.
I'm gonna enjoy these next 5 Saturday nights.
Yeah. Well, we
breaks.
need. Well, I wanna test something after F1. I want to do a test run of the split parties with my idea of how it's gonna work, but
Alright.
and then try something new for qualifying. So
It's a new for qualifying.
single car.
How's that go or go home thing working? Is that going off the thing I read in the rule book where it's top 12 in points?
Okay, so the idea is that we won't have. Hopefully, this won't be in the rule book in the coming week. This is how it is right now. Because I'm gonna say we're gonna make split parties work, and that's not gonna be anyone's opinion. It just has to happen.
That's the only shot we got.
I don't see how it don't work, to be
I
honest.
don't see how it doesn't work either.
It
But
worked really good last season, like earlier this year.
Well, it
yeah,
all meshed with the people that were in the parties, though. That was the thing.
yeah. Well, people also need to deal with who's racing, and they need to be in the parties because I want 3 parties max, no more than that. If you're in a party you don't like it, deal with it or don't race. Simple as that.
Oh, we're gonna be good then.
But people want to try single car qualifying where we do 1 car at a time, which will take a while, but we'll see.
That will take a long time.
Yeah.
I don't think that the Heat. I don't think Heat will be too happy. I think the timer will just go off. So I
Yeah,
don't think we're gonna have enough time for that. I think we're still gonna have to stay with group qualifying.
Yeah, probably, but we'll see. But no, I want to run it. We don't even need 6. We don't need 20 people. We could do 10
need,
people
like-
just for parties and stuff. So,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting. Bro, imagine how good JGR is gonna be. Toyota is gonna be at play tracks. Oh my god, it's gonna be so good.
Well,
So-
according to Nitro, you got 2 of the best plate racers in me and Jay.
That's
Good
not,
Wow.
that's not what the award show is saying right now.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Um,
Overall,
Well, that shit's inaccurate then as fuck.
overall a great lineup for the Toyota
Yeah.
stuff. But I mean, I guess that leads us into the Q&A segment now, if we have any
Bring in the
questions.
questions, boys. Bring them
All
in.
right, questions,
Alright,
boys.
Chad.
Let's get it.
Alright, Tab, bring on your question. I know Case something had a question.
No, I know. He's still had a question. I don't think he's still here though. Questions.
Did
Oh,
he
thank
say
you,
his
Jonathan.
question anyway?
Jonathan's be like, who's leading the Hall of Fame voting?
No,
Oh,
well, he just
that
told me
doesn't
he
count.
voted me for best play races. Poggers. Sorry, do I like you, Jonathan? I'm just kidding. Little bitch.
Well, you're still.
I don't know.
Uh,
Well, that's not a
There-
question. Don't read
There was
that. Don't read
literally
that.
nothing on.
It's just an automated timer. Don't worry about that.
You want to get rowdy with us, bet.
Jonathan, is this
Yeah.
a paragraph of a question or what is this?
hey, John. Oh, I know it's early, but who do you
Who do
think?
you think will win the Nitro Championship next year besides yourself?
Me.
Me.
Besides yourself.
Me.
Oh, beside
I wanna say
won.
Gary. I'm
Gary
picking Gary.
put his answer is as karma. That's what he just did.
I'm
Oh
picking
well,
Gary
it's
next
who do
season.
I want to win? Who versus who do I think will win?
I'm picking Gary to win next season.
Who do I want to win? I want Mr. Cook to win.
Who would I
That's
want?
a want.
That's
definitely a want.
ambitious.
That's a
Gary's
want.
my pick.
Yeah, that was the want.
That's ambitious.
Who do I think will win? Smoke. No, yeah.
Holy shit.
That's
no, I'm
that's
kidding.
even more ambitious than me.
I'm gonna go and say Outbreak.
Yay. I'm gonna say who I want to win the championship. I would like Karma to win it. Who do I think will win it more likely? I'm gonna go.
It's Homestead. The last race was Homestead, by the way.
Homestead.
Oh, we're going back to Miami.
Shit, I don't remember the results.
See, my pick is based.
I
It's
gotta go either even or Gary.
Yeah,
I think I'm more likely to go Gary low key because it's just how he has been the last 2 times at Homestead.
I threw
honestly
away the
even
win
racing
there earlier
once.
this season.
My answers are the same. I want Gary to win, and I think Gary will win.
Be a nice send off if it is my final season. If
Combat.
See, this is
I pick Gary to win next season
Gary's the logical choice, right?
because he's
Yeah.
always been consistent everywhere we go.
But
for
there's
Road
one
Course.
driver, and I know it is by far his best track, and it is Rocket.
Yeah, Rocket should have won the 1 championship.
Rocket's a bullet. And
Rocket is so good at Homestead,
hey,
Yeah,
that can
I
but
help me out to get better.
he needs to make it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
See, if Rocket makes the Homestead, I think. But if that's playing with what if, so I think Gary will win.
Yeah, that's a if he makes it.
K17's question is, well, he said not my question, but since stages are manual, is cool down laps per turning?
Yes.
Alright,
So
let's
that
answer K17.
People can do their burnouts and stuff too.
And then his real question was, who will be the biggest surprise in the Nitro Cup Series this season, and for what reason?
Yay. He wins a lot more races. There, done.
It's only 20 races though,
I know. I'm still picking Jay.
which means there's gonna be a whole lot less playoff points too.
I think it's going to be.
Isn't it down to 10?
I think the surprise is going to be how many different winners we have.
I'll go out on a limb and say with a different thing. No, I don't want to. I don't want to give away too many details. Never mind. I'll say biggest surprise is I don't think we see Andrew and Gary be as dominant as they were last season.
I agree. Just because there's so many more people now.
Oh no, man! With the adjustments I make, Gary would be a rocket.
I think just with all the people, it's just going to be crazier. So like you're going to see a lot more surprises.
Yeah, I forgot to include my reasoning, but that's the reasoning why. I just think we have a lot more talent in the Cup Series now.
I don't even think it's down to talent. I think it's down to the cautions.
I don't think people understand. Like, it's really, really hard to actually win. It is way harder than it looks.
Yeah, you
got
that is true.
Gary might make it look easy on his YouTube videos, but I can guarantee it's not.
You gotta drive your heart out there.
I'll say this: it was harder to stay on the lead lap at Martinsville than it is to win a race.
I literally drove my heart out.
I drove my heart out.
Which I should have brought that car to friggin' Phoenix. Shit.
You know, Gary says.
I'm being serious, by the way. Is that all the questions we have?
Here's a question. Besides Bell and Larson, favorites to win Bristol Dirt this week.
Ooh.
Kyle Busch.
Reddick, Kyle Busch. You want? He's
Bubba
not a
Wallace.
favorite. He's not a favorite. Very underrated. I think people are gonna be shocked on how well he does. It's gonna be Austin Dillon.
Oh,
I'm gonna go William Byron.
I'm gonna go with Chase Briscoe.
Jonathan said
Tyler Reddick. Here you go. Tyler Reddick. There you go. That's my pick.
Jonathan says I was driving harder in this league than any other league I race in.
All I'm saying is watch out for Bubba this weekend. I think he's going to.
Yeah, I think Bubba can do something this week.
He might have a shot.
He's got a little dirt experience. You want to?
Jonathan, was one of the reasons the fact that you saw Andrew try as hard as he did? Is that why you had to go so try hard?
No, I think it's just because it's really hard to. It's really hard to win.
If everybody is as competitive as it was last year, it's going to be even more difficult.
And with people getting better, like Cobra was getting better at the end of the season.
G's question.
It did help him a little bit to get him back up on.
How long before the first post-race penalty of the Nitro season? Probably
I'm staying quiet. It's not gonna be me. I can guarantee you that it's not gonna be me.
It's probably gonna be Christian.
I would say either Christian or Libert. I don't know how Libert is, to be honest.
Libert's chill.
He's chill?
Yeah, it's pretty chill.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say Christian then.
That's a pretty you're reaching pretty hard on that one, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
I mean, Christian can be fucking fast, but he's having a mental block right now.
Jonathan, shut up. We're not doing it again.
All right. I think that pretty much does it then.
And this is a shorter one too.
It was a good one.
Demon will get a penalty if he drives like he did in trucks last season.
But as usual, we got Bristol Dirt this weekend. And then we have a Coca-Cola race next week, I think.
Auto Club,
yeah, it's gonna be. I remember last couple
multi-lane racing. It's gonna be the first
time
I see that.
The outside is.
Well, I'm kind of excited for that one for Tuesday.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Oh yeah, we'll get to talk about F1 as well, the race. So we'll have a good chunk of stuff to talk about with Mercedes 1-2, or maybe something goes crazy wrong for them or something. We'll have a surprise winner. You never know.
It'll be quite an interesting week.
Yeah, I think we got a good weekend coming up here. So, as usual, though, we'd like to take the time to say thank you to everyone for for taking the time out of their day to listen or to us on Spotify or whatever platform, watching on YouTube. We do appreciate it a lot. If you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. You know where to find us on social media. Make sure to follow the Nitro League account on Twitter at League Nitro for the upcoming season when NASCAR kicks off. We'll be covering everything with F1 as well as iRacing and whatnot. But other than that, once again, thank you all for listening, and we will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.